Man. For a show called Bounce Back, this is the way to do it.
This is definitely a bounce back, bro. Like, but, and I don't know what it is, man. And it's like, maybe we on two different time zones, Eastern time zone, and it's just, I was about to say specific, but it's specific time zone that the young boys are killed right now, and we having some technical difficulties with Thunder Dan, but he's back, and we've been waiting and debating. We bouncing back, and I guess he still gotta get situated. So when he gets situated, I'm gonna pass the baton to the young bull. But for when we wait and do that, Dan, how you been? What's been going on? How is your
I've been all right. I've been all right, man. I'm taking some L's all day right now. Well, not even the whole day. Since like 3 o'clock. It was like, I mean, my webcam's gone. Oh man, this had a whole. I spent from 3 to like right before here at the hair salon dealing with the most annoying hairstylist who just would not stop talking. Oh, yeah. So man, I took a few L's, but I'm bouncing back up right now.
That's you know what? I'm really not a fan of Big Sean, but I guess this is appropriate for the show. Bounce back, and I agree with Kanye. Wholeheartedly. Worst fucking mistake he ever did. Hiring him on. I don't give a fuck who thinks differently about it.
Oh man, I defended Kanye on a lot of bullshit like that, but that one really struck me to my core. I was like, come on.
I agree with what he said about him and Talib Kweli. Who the fuck checks for Talib?
How about the stuff you said about Just Blaze?
Oh shit. Whack. Let's go.
I didn't listen to that whole interview.
What'd you say?
I didn't listen to the whole interview yet.
It's like 2 fucking hours, bro.
Yeah. But they're already bringing him back for a part 2 already. It's already
yeah. There was just there was a part 2 because that one went on for a third hour. So it's the same interview for the other hour. So they split it up. It was just 2 hours, now an hour.
They should have hit 1.5 off the first one or something. They knew they had 3 total.
Yeah, so we back in full effect, and I'm gonna give it back to the young bull. He's hosting tonight. I'm not gonna steal no shine from him. I mean, let's switch spots and then give it to him.
Bring that back. Yeah, what's up, Mascot family, man? 82, we in the building. Bounce back, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always time to bounce back, you feel me? No matter how hard you bounce, just keep bouncing back. You understand me? You feel me?
All right.
Man, if you don't come on.
You're hosting, Malachi. You're not doing a motivational.
3 minutes in, man. Come on.
Hey, let me marinate. Let me marinate when I want to marinate in as the host. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? You see how they give you the rock, but try to steal it from you at the same time? Jeez. All right, OG, what's up with you, man? Did you tap in with it? You let the people know how you feeling?
No, I did. I was gonna say, man.
Talk to him, man.
This week, it's been an interesting week, man. I've been keeping it abreast of what's going on in the news, especially with the Kyle Rittenhouse and also the Aubrey trial. And it's been very interesting. It's down at the Aubrey. I could be saying I can't think of his. I know his last name is Aubrey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ahmaud Aubrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that trial. And I'm looking at these racist white folks talk this shit about how they don't want no black church leaders down there. You know what I'm saying? They got nobody on the damn jury that's black. And they trying their hardest to get off. And you look at Kenosha, Wisconsin, right? Where they got this thing with Kyle Rittenhouse taking place. And he fucking doing his best attempt at an Oscar with the fake crime he was doing. And this thing Court TV holding his fucking nuts, talking about some oh my God, he's going through post-traumatic stress disorder. He killed 2 men. That's more reason why his little punk ass need to be locked up. And I just don't get how people talk self-defense when he shouldn't have fucking been there in the first place. That's number one. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, watching these court cases, man, and getting pissed off knowing that they're about to really serve up a good case of injustice.
That's what they about to do.
Hey, I love it, OG. You always saying keeping us hip to the happenings in the world. Do your research. Hashtag do your research. Yeah, my week's been good, y'all. I'm feeling good. I'm actually in LA right now. Me and Antoine and slid out here to visit my best friend, Kreisha. You know, it's been, we moved her out here in January, and I haven't been back since. Every time we would plan to go, you know, either myself or Antoine would get a booking or something like that. So we just slid out here now, and we here celebrating. You know what I'm saying? So just happy to be here, man. I'm grateful for the weather, first of all, out here, man. The weather in the time zones, like Kodak Black said, I'm in a different time zone, so I'm in a different mind zone. You feel me? So shout out to everybody tapping in with us. We're gonna get 82 popped off.
You know, I like a good Kodak Black quote, but I know Tone is shaking it.
You know, the reason I saw the clip on IG that just scrolling down my timeline, I saw it on IG where him and Ebro had he walked out on the Ebro interview. Did y'all see that?
That's
This
old.
was about 2 years ago now.
Yeah. Research. That's old.
Oh my God. Yeah, about 2 years ago.
You were saying, man. Yeah.
You said what, Dan?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so he the clip I saw was just a snippet of it, and he was saying, look, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. He's like, what? He's like talk about something else. He's like, we can talk about this interview can be over right now. So like, say less, and Kodak left. So I watched like a longer clip of how the interview started, from the interview starting to the end, and Ebro was on tip the whole time.
Yeah.
He was talking about the niggas sexual assault cases, and the nigga didn't want to address that. That's where it started.
It was an open case. You don't want to talk about an open case. He knew that it was an open case. But what I'm saying, he was on tip, is his energy already didn't want to rock with Kodak from the jump. He's like, oh, I don't think we even should have interviewed him. I didn't want to really interview you, but I looked at your rap sheet, but he was only talking about his bad stuff, only talking about his charges and stuff. And of course, nobody wants to talk about an open case. He knew he couldn't talk about it.
Would you talk about that in your rap stuff?
I rest my case on that.
It's when reality meets fiction, right? You know what I mean? If you about that life, you about that life. That's no different than your man Bobby Shmurda. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He talked about killing, guns, and doing all this. They got him with a RICO.
Yeah. Good point. But I think particularly Kodak wouldn't have talked about that in his raps. You know what I'm saying? It was a sexual assault case. And I don't even know the verdict of that case or what happened. But anyways, we're going to bounce back right into the episode. So we're going to kick 82 off right with the motivational minute. Pow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Hey, I've been waiting to do that.
He been waiting to bring himself in.
Yeah. We're gonna kick it off with the young bull, Malachi Lee.
Hey man, I'm just going with the flow on this one.
I love it. I love a good tone, zoom in, disappointed face. I love that. All right, cool. Today's motivational minute is about taking obstacles from obstacle to overcoming. My bad. I messed that all up. From going from obstacle to overcome. A lot of times in life we have these situations that come at us. They come at us hard too. Life hits you hard. You want to use that, absorb those situations to just get you stronger. Overcome those things so you can look at how resilient that you can be, the strategy that you can move around these things and get through these things. So don't make it an obstacle. Just do something that you can overcome and get better at it. Life is just sharpening you up. Run towards it. Don't run away from it. It's your motivational minute.
Tom?
That was interesting, and that's 9 minutes and 30 seconds in. That kind of ties into what we already going into. You know what I'm saying? With that motivational minute, it touches home, man. And I'm glad to be a part of that.
Let's keep it going. It is 9 minutes in.
Let's hit the comments, man.
It's like 29 minutes in.
Let's hit the comments. Right, for real. Let's hit the comments real quick.
All right, I'm going to hit these comments, man. We got Tom in the building. You know, Tom saying, "Man, I was on Mascapaza and I was like, where are the guys at? This ain't even like them to be on late." I was like, maybe Daniel, Big Tone, and Malachi didn't roll their clocks back an hour. Ha ha ha. Who needs a 9-volt battery for a fire alarm? I keep hearing chirp chirp. I think that's me. I'm not sure.
It might be me too. So.
He says, yes, resiliency. That fire alarm is resiliently chirping all night long. Or he's going to keep going on, right? Okay.
All right, we get it. We all taking L's today. All right.
Yeah.
I messed up with the live. Apparently, there's some type of alarm thing. And
yeah.
So
I fumbled off the motivational minute.
We got Mac Wixom in the Planet Ant YouTube page. He said that he don't see nothing wrong with what Kanye said in that interview. And I totally agree with you, Matt.
He was saying,
Matt, my man, that's real talk, my brother. Real talk.
He was spitting facts. The way he talked about the Big Shot thing. So like from the clip, that was like, oh man, come on, man. Don't go and shine. He carried the good. But then once you watch the whole thing, it's like, yeah, that is true, man.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Just keep your mouth shut while Ye does his weird random and stuff. I kept my mouth shut during the whole Kanye Trump thing, so I know you can, Big Shot.
I don't like that. I don't like that show. I really don't like that show.
Drink Champs?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the energy of it. I feel like,
they be smoking and drinking.
Yeah, and I think that, in some cases it's almost like you have to drink to be on that show.
Man, you got that queued up already?
I just saw it. It was right below the comments.
I'm always thinking about, the optics of it. And the optics of that show to me, I don't like it because, first of all, Nori, he's not a great interviewer to me. He sucks. You know what I mean? And the more bent he get, the more sucky he become. And I just don't like it. But
well, that's
like a part of the show too. So that's like a part of it. And you're right. It's like there's times when I used to watch it was like, all right, man, just get to the main points. Like, stop sending them off on the side check.
Yeah, he do punch in them side comments sometimes. But that's all the comments we got.
Yeah, that's all the comments we got.
Cool. Let's get to our group discussion for the day. Hey, OGs, hit him with it. I still need it from you. Come on.
Oh, group discussion. Group discussion. Let's go.
Wow. I don't know, Dan. I don't know.
Okay, just because you host don't mean you get to just judge everybody.
Hey, that's what OG do all day. Anyways, we're gonna get this group discussion popping, man. We're gonna be talking about
look, pause for the call. I know time is ticking, but what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna be a reincarnation of Big Tone. It's only one Big Tone, baby. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm hosting or not, it's only one me. You, boy.
Look, I'm still disappointed in the energy of that. Anyways, we're going to start it off good and right with the group discussion. We're talking about overcoming obstacles. A lot of times in life, as we talked about in the motivational minute, you got things that come at your way all day long. Life is a big obstacle if you look at it like that. Or it's a big lesson learned. So that's what we want to talk about is the difference between something that's trying to stop you or something that's trying to get you better. All right? First thing I want to talk about is the normal reaction that we have to setbacks. Like a lot of times something happens and we automatically react a certain way. We have a go-to reaction. We have a natural emotional response that we do to these things that come our way. What's some of the things that y'all do that y'all naturally do without even thinking when you are set back by something? Dan, let's go to you first.
So setbacks mostly mostly for me is messed up, but it's like I like beat myself up about it just for a while. Just like first I think about the stuff that I think I could have changed and all of that, and then I started start to say, see, man, because you didn't practice, that's why you fucked up. This happened a lot with like our, let's just say, like we were on the farm team for like the last two years here. So when I have like when I feel like I had like a bad set, the rest of the team might not think it was a bad set, but I will be in my car like it's like, oh fuck me. just going at just hated it. Like,
yeah,
I can't believe I made that choice. I can't believe I made that choice. Which is just which is something that I'm constantly trying to work on. But it's man, when I think something goes bad, it eats me alive for the rest of that day at least.
Yeah, harp on it, get down on yourself. I totally agree. That's me too. OG, what's some of the things you go to automatically?
In my day, I think I've encountered a lot of setbacks, and just in life in general, man. Like I just remember a lot of things that I wanted to do. It didn't necessarily transpire the way it should have. Whether it was relationships, whether it was athletics, whether it was a lot of things, the arts. I can remember a moment where I used to I used to sing in school in DPS. They used to have where we go on the weekends. This is back in the '90s, where you would go and compete and sing like vocally against other schools, and we would do like classic music, like contemporary R&B, things like that. And you would have to use like a traditional form, and it wouldn't be like how people sing in church. It's nothing like that. And you'll get rated from 1 to 3, 3 being the worst, 1 being the best. And I remember one particular time I was with this young lady. We were like a couple, and I shouldn't even have been in a relationship as a teenager, but I was with this young lady, and I just remember I had done great. I had like ones like 3 times straight that year. I was like on a roll, you know what I mean? And so then
ones are good.
Ones are good, 3s are horrible. And I let this young lady get me out my square. Like we was arguing over something totally trivial. And I get there and I bomb the whole fucking thing. I'm hitting notes I shouldn't even be hitting. And then I just remember being like in a dark place. Like, dark is a little extreme. I just remember being highly upset because of the fact that I allowed somebody else to get me in a position where I get off my game. And that's what bothered me. And I started thinking to myself, if I'm a fuck up, I'm going to fuck up because of me, not because I allow somebody else to put me in a space where they control my thoughts. So, and that was as a young boy, and I kind of came from an emotional standpoint growing up, and I think because I didn't necessarily have a male figure in my life, so to speak, and I think that's true too. When you are raised in a house with a female, you take on a lot of emotional shit that you shouldn't necessarily take on as a young man, and I was battling that shit too. All my emotions was out of whack because I was focused on the wrong shit.
That's OG. I love that, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. First of all, both of y'all, and I'll piggyback off what both of y'all said, and I have parts of both what y'all said and my reactions. And to really pick up back off what OG said, the emotional response. I can react emotionally. I get really down on myself. I think that it's like the end of the world. Oh my God. I talk to myself in very often. You know what I'm saying? So it's really tough. Like, man, how could you keep fucking up like this? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's all that, and it's really it can get down. It can get really bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like really going hard. And the anger is there as well. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I even retreat. And what I mean by retreat is I would not even try to go back to that situation. You know what I'm saying? I know for one, when I started in the comedy game, I had a couple bad runs and I dropped the ball. Like I stopped going. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting back on the horse, seeing where I went wrong, I literally let that be my stopping point. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe this is not for me. I didn't consciously make that effort, but you look up and you haven't touched it again, you retreated from it. You know what I'm saying? And even I had a recording of one of the bombings that I had. I never watched that video. You know what I'm saying? So almost that escape is that way of escape is that you don't even go back to it. You feel me? It's like that's been my experience. Next thing I want to talk about is y'all got something on that you want to say, or keep it moving. Next thing I want to talk about is the difference between a lesson learned and a loss. A lot of times we go ahead, LG.
No, I want to expand on that.
On what I said.
No, about the lesson learned or a loss.
Okay, go ahead, take it away.
So, pan in. This is story time. So, I learned that in my days, like I said before, it's certain things you can do, certain things you can't do. And I was at a point where I felt like I can do almost anything that I say I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And all I need is a little bit of confidence, self-confidence, and then to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, hence high school. High school comes around, and like I said in the beginning, I've taken a lot of L's in my day. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm going to tell you this one L I took. And if anybody knows Martin Luther King High School, they know if you're doing track, they do this McDonald's like All-Star Classic every year. I don't know if they still do it, but this is back in the 90s. And so then I decided I want to take up track this one particular year. Now, mind you, I had never done track in my life. Only thing close to track was looking on TV and seeing the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? I'm going out for the track team. All my buddies are doing it. All my buddies that play basketball and football, they doing it. So, I'm trying to get into that crowd, and I'm with that crowd. So this is my first time out there. We go to this McDonald's All-Star Classic. I got on the uniform. I'm with the team. And something just don't feel right. Number one, I don't have on no track cleats. I got on regular shoes. Because I don't know nothing about the sport, really. I just know you run and you beat the next person. So I'm thinking I'm going to get out there and I'm gonna race, and it's going to be a good thing. So long story short, the coach comes over to me and say, "Hey, coach, you're doing hurdles." Me? I'm doing what? Big Tom doing hurdles. Never done hurdles in my life. So I said, okay. So I'm watching these other dudes around me. I swear to God, they look like deers, big bucks, you know what I mean? Big, strong ass thighs and long ass legs and no homo, but they pretty big, bro. And they slim and they look like they can do something. So I get down, I get in my stance. Wow. So the first thing, it was the guy that sat before everybody. So I was like, woo, because I was last one out the gate already. I said, this is gonna be good. Now, mind you, I had never touched a hurdle.
Wow.
So we get back in our stance. You know how people like fake do
the warm up joint.
So I pretend like I'm about to kill it. I come.
We had to warm up the jumps.
Warm up. So I get back in my stance, and ready, set, gun go off. Everybody is going in warp speed. Have you ever seen like Star Trek or Star Wars where they go in hyper speed? They gone. I'm running. First hurdle I get over. Clink. The back of my foot hits the damn hurdle. And it's a low hurdle too. So I said, oh shit. I barely get over the second one. The third one, I swear to God, I was flying in the air. Clink. Next thing I know, I go from like this to like clank, and I had to roll at least like 5 or 6 hurdles. I knocked over every fucking hurdle I ran into. I hear people in the stands. Ooh.
So I never even touched those hurdles, man.
Ooh. And these motherfuckers wouldn't let me keep going. I had to go back. Matter of fact, I had to stand the hurdle back up. And then do the hurdle. One of the most embarrassing athletic events I had ever encountered in my life. And I'm gonna tell you what happened after that. It got so bad, people start standing up clapping just so I could fucking stop. You know what I mean? That's how bad it was. And the lesson I learned from that is, Tony, you can do everything you want to do, but some shit you're not gonna be able to do. And that's one I learned that day. Sometimes saying no is okay.
Yeah. So you took that major loss and turned it into a major lesson, and that's a life lesson that you now have, that knowing some stuff is out of your scope, and that is okay. That is definitely okay when something is bigger than you. And I had to learn that myself in doing my painting business. Like some jobs I can't take on. You know what I'm saying? It's only me. And I can't be trying to replace your XYZ. I don't know. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned to let stuff go. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good lesson. What about you, Dan? You got something on that turn the loss into a lesson?
Yeah. So this might go into the next one too. So my bad on that. But I think
that'd be perfect. Go ahead.
But like I think Tone's first point was that he learned that because he always had this confidence that he can do it all. And like, so I have that same thing too, but it's like mine is not like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's more like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But that step back be hurting so bad. Like I could be working on something humble, grinding, then like I reach that next step. But it's like once I reach that next step, you can't tell me absolutely nothing. Like the stuff I'm telling myself in my head, like, yo, you that nigga, bro. You that man, like you the man. Then like I stopped working on it. I like stopped the work that got me there. Then like I just sit back, and then like once like a month goes by, then like that whole thing just kind of starts to fall back again. I'm like, oh damn, man. See, you put this up because you got real confident. so there's just this constant cycle there. This happens in all sorts of ways too. Like looking for jobs and stuff. So this last cycle, I was like looking for jobs. Then like I got into like the third phase of the hiring process for like 3 spots. So I'm talking I'm talking with them all. They're all like work from home spots, but like one of them, but like they're in time zones. So then I start to say, I'm like, well, shit, I might get all 3 of these boys. And then I can, work from home from all 3. They don't know I'm working.
They're trying to get the checks.
So I started planning out my whole life about how I'm going to spend these 3 checks. Come on to find out I get none of the jobs. I'm like, see, that's because once I got to do that last one, like I stopped the prep work, I stopped the homework. I just like walked into those Zooms, like, yeah, what's up? It's me. It's me, because I know y'all won't. And
right.
Then, man, it just kind of falls apart. Weight loss too, man. Months of just working out, grinding. Then like I reach like a weight, and I'm like, man, come on. You see me?
Yeah.
Me? Months go by of me just saying, no, man, I'm good now. I'm good now. Right back to where I was.
I'm a rock.
I'm like, so it's that constant kind of hone in that confidence. So like once you make a few steps, and keeping it going, like keeping that process.
Yeah, and that's a real good point because you have to stay consistent. You know, and the only way to stay consistent is the wins and losses. You kind of almost do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? With a win, you want to see what you did wrong, get better. With a loss, you want to see what you did wrong and get better. So that's all a part of that process. And there's good and bad in the process, Dan. Just like you said, Dan. And so staying even keel gets you balanced out. So what's you got some things, OG, about
Oh no,
mixed.
how about you? How about you, man?
Okay, okay.
You're just not gonna skip by
Yeah,
it.
I tried to
Have us
slide.
through our hearts out about our failures.
I tried to, yeah. So, okay, taking L's, man. I mean, all day long as an actor, you feel me? We take them all day long. If you can perceive, if you will perceive them that way, you will see them that way. So, for example, auditions. You know, I audition way more than I book. You know what I'm saying? Way more than I work. As much projects that I'm a part of, there's a lot of more projects that I'm auditioning for that I don't never hear nothing back from. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of actors, a lot of young actors, they come into the game and they want to get it so bad. So every single audition, they're striving for it. Oh man, I just can't wait to get this part. I can't. And then you set yourself up for failure that way. You know, so I had to change my mindset into just trying to get better on each audition. So each audition I send, I'm trying to get better with the time I submitted, the character, getting closer to the character, you know, just the discipline of execution itself. You know what I'm saying? So when I submit these audition tapes, it's sharpening me as an artist instead of me trying to get every single one I do. Because it's impossible to really bat 1,000 to get 100% from the free throw line in that instance. So every audition I do, I'm just trying to get better. I'm not trying to book it. But early on, you feel that rejection of, dang man, I didn't get that. I didn't get cast. You don't know why they didn't cast you, and it's never personal. So you have to turn that quote unquote loss that they didn't book you into, okay, how can I get better as an actor? You know, and once you adapt that mindset, you're a way better artist, way better actor, because you're just looking to improve. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole key. Taking the loss, and improving yourself. Go ahead.
No, I got a story. This ain't story time, but I got a reflection about the time I went audition for this was a play. It was one of them church plays or whatever that like, really hide the city or whatever. And the funny thing about that is like they really be acting like they just like you know they casting Denzel and this shit. But regardless of what they do, you know what I mean. I know it's on me to sell who I am. You know what I mean? Whether or not they got homies, somebody they go to the church with them,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the case may be, it's on me. So you know, I'm like what Daniel's saying. I'm the shit. I got this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? At the end of the day, these motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. All I hear is Kanye playing in my head. Wait till I get my money right. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I go to this audition and I'm in there like, you know, and it's at the Matrix place right there on Gratiot. Yeah, so I'm there and I'm like, all right, cool, I got this. Well, they like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Boom, boom, boom. And they say, well, give us a monologue or something. First of all, I didn't even know what the fuck a monologue was. You know what I mean? And this is why I commend Malachi, like, you know what I mean? Because it's like he on his shit, and I'm in there, I'm freestyling shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I started doing fucking color purple and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm all fucking up, and I'm like, this ain't me. You know what I mean? You know, and I'm like, I left there with a blade of confidence, like, man, them niggas don't know what they lost. You know what I mean? So, but I know I fucked up. I fucked it all up. You know what I mean? I fucked every piece of it up. You know what I mean?
So
I can only imagine, like, when I walked out the room, it was like,
and it go ahead, you done?
so the whole premise of what I'm saying is, man, when it comes to that audition thing, bro, you really have to know what you're getting involved with. You can't freestyle. Now I went on a basis of, well, I can freestyle this shit because I'm me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But some shit you gotta put work in. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
said.
And it's funny because we just take that situation there. You did that, and instead of taking that experience to say, man, I got to go learn the monologue. You know what I'm saying? So the next audition I go to, I could be ready for it. You know, and we do that all the time. You know, I know with me, my charisma and confidence has taken me a lot of places. Example, the foreign team. You know what I'm saying? My confidence and charisma got me on that. But it was the work that I put in and keep me on it. You know what I'm saying? Like taking notes in the rehearsals and stuff like that. Like, cause I never did improv before the farm team, but I was intentionally learning the craft, intentionally sharpening my tools as I'm performing. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't just trying to just lean on that, lean on my confidence, lean on my charisma. And I can even go back to my comedy. You know, for the longest, you know, when I took 2 major L's in my comedy career, and took 2 years off after that as well. And I lost because I was leaning on my confidence. I leaned on my charisma without putting the work in, you know, and that's where I went wrong, you know, is the lack of the work, thinking that it's just gonna come easy. Yes, we're talented, you are talented, yes, but what separates people is that work. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, no, just on that. That has been like the thing I had to learn the most in the past 10 years now. So like throughout my 20s was not just relying on just me knowing stuff or me just finding ways to like succeed without doing the work, because that's how I got through school. But so having to like learn to not do that anymore, like, oh man, like
It's tough.
that was a whole journey.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. That's so hard to do. That's so hard to do, bro, because you get caught in emotion. Like, well, I got this shit. What I need to study about this shit for? This shit's simple.
Yeah.
But then you fuck up.
Yeah.
You fuck up bad.
You stumble so bad, man. It'd be hard, and that's a part of the process too. Like if you skip steps on the process, if you try to cut around, cookie cut, it'll last so long. It'll get you somewhere. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then back on what Tom was saying too about like how he did not prep, but then once they decided to not go with him, he was mad at them. That was the exact same thing going on inside those jobs. That I was talking about. Once I got that response back saying, "Hey, thank you. We really liked you, but we went with somebody else that more fit the role." Bro, me, I was like, more fit the role. What you mean?
You know who the fuck I
am? Hey, what you mean fit the role better? Hey,
yeah, you're gonna get better than this.
Look back and like see that, oh yeah, like I didn't prepare for that interview at all. and like plus like you start to look back at the stuff that you did. I'm like, yeah, that person might have more than me. Plus I was like, maybe I should do more in this field to like really rate. So like you should start to look at it and like find ways that you can improve next time. But
yes,
in that moment, you're like, you don't feel of this person to say that I'm not qualified.
Yes, and instead of going a route of, because all situations do it, they expose your weaknesses, and when you get something exposed out of you, it's on you to go to the lab and sharpen it up. You know, but we take, like you said, we take
that moment. You like in my case, I was like, look, I knew how the way they was looking at each other. These homies. Right. You know what I mean, you make up a whole. With me, I make up a whole story about a situation that won't even. Look how he was looking at her. They friends, man.
Yeah.
And I knew that guy was gonna get it because he said he worked with her. You know what I mean?
He worked with her.
Yeah. That's some shit that I did. It's some shit that, you know, it was already in the mix. Yep. They already sealed the deal. You know what I mean? I said, man, I wasted my fucking time up in here.
Right. So the next thing I want to talk about is a particular time that you kind of OG, you didn't gave us some situations, but a time that you felt like you couldn't get something right, and you end up getting it. You stayed with it, you stuck to your guns, stayed 10 toes, and you finally figured it out. Go ahead.
yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about improv. Like, this is what brings us together. And beforehand, before I started doing improv, a lot of people were like, "Yo, you funny," but I never knew what that meant. You know what I mean? So I went to my first experience with improv. I went to Go Comedy first. I took my lady out on a date to go to Comedy. And I think it was like one of the all-star things or whatever.
Okay.
And we liked it. I enjoyed it. And then we ended up going to a dinner theater, mystery dinner theater. And that was cool. I thought the people there, they was cool, but they ended up giving me an award, being the funniest nigga in the room award. And
how's that an award?
Funniest nigga in the room award.
So, long story short, man, I said, you know what? I was working a job that I didn't like. And then I said, I need an outlet because all I do is go to work, come home, go to work, come home. And I just became real angry and bitter and flat. I'm just mad all the time. So I decided to look into Planet Ant. So I went to Planet Ant, checked it out, and I loved what they was doing as far as long form. When I got on stage, I loved it. But at the same time, I was nervous not because of the people in the crowd. I've always been on stage and done things that involve people looking at me, but it was the fact that I'm like, well, I start overthinking stuff. I start thinking about the next scene or this what I can do, and I'm up there, and this is pretty much open mic, so your ideas may not correspond with somebody else's ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm up there and I'm like, well, how can I get better at this? So I take a course and I start excelling in the courses, man. And I start little by little noticing my improvement in the courses. And that kind of goes into how I met Dan. When I first met Daniel, I thought, who is this nigga? This nigga really think he's funny. And that's my blade of confidence, not even knowing who he is.
Right.
Like, this nigga ain't better than me. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even a lot of black people there. It was like
it was just
black people.
Right.
But like the weird thought is though, so I had the same thought. I had the exact same thought. Like,
but that's just us though. Like we start putting competition amongst each other.
Yeah.
Without even knowing, you know what I mean? So I'm looking over.
It's a good and bad thing.
And the way Daniel, he doesn't say nothing to you. He act like he's so fucking focused on what's going on. So I give him the head nod. I'm like, what's up, bro? I'm like, well, this nigga started talking to the white person next to him. And I said, oh, this nigga one of them niggas. So come to find out he knew the guy. You know what I mean? But this is all in my brain.
Right.
That this nigga trying to up show me. So we get up and we end up auditioning. We didn't even audition. We got selected. We got selected.
Well, we tried out for the farm team.
Yeah, we tried out for the farm team and ended up being selected in a troupe and together. And we killed the shit every time we was on stage. And I was just thinking, like, I really was like, fuck this nigga. Like, first meeting Dan, and I didn't even know this dude. But that's my confidence meter.
Right.
Like, yo, I'm gonna kill all these niggas in here. You know what I mean? So, to answer the question about overcoming something, I guess because I started learning more about the craft, I became real good at it. You know what I mean? Not saying that I'm not a student of it. I am a student of the game, and I love being on stage doing long form, not short form, long form. But I just remember those moments with learning and getting to know different people that's in the game, like Dan. And I was like, this nigga think he better than me. I'm about to kill this nigga. You know what I mean? But Dan funny as fuck, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
taking nothing away from him. And I've learned a lot from him. So
Salute.
Yeah.
Love it, man.
Thank you. Yeah. For me, that persistent thing, just trying to keep it on stage there. That was it for me too, because it was because like like Toe said, most of my life it was like I have been like funny and stuff, but it was translating like just me in real life and putting that on stage was like the hardest part. So
that confidence,
yeah. So what I learned was that was just reps and stuff. Then it was like you really just gotta learn. You really just gotta like not care. like you can't think about it. You gotta just do the stuff that makes you laugh and all of that.
Great point.
But outside of that, there are some things I'm working on, persistent wise. But like I said, this is the thing that I'm working on that I've been working on like inside this past phase of my life is persistence. And so I've began things and stopped it, starting to stop
like
it.
Persistence itself, huh?
Yeah. So
okay.
right now is persistence. Persistence itself, and still working on things without seeing the results. And this has been really hard. So like just working on so like for me it's like skill sets, so like marketing stuff that I'm trying to learn and doing stuff online. But it's like you try it out, but then it don't work out, then like you learn some new stuff, but then that don't work out. And like this has been 5-6 years now, and I'm like, yo. So it's but like you start to see like some results pop up, but man, like it's like, when is it gonna happen?
Yeah, that's a great point. And we always compare it to how quick we want it to happen.
Yeah.
And we don't control that. We only control, like OG said, being a student of the game, getting yourself in the classes, sharpening the tool. You know, for me, being persistent, I totally agree with what you said, Dan. Me just becoming more disciplined with my time management. That's the biggest thing that I'm working on right now. It seems like I've been working on this for like 2-3 years now. You know what I'm saying? Being more timely with how I operate with my time. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it never will come, but I know it will because I won't stop. I won't keep trying to get better. So it goes to the arts as well with me. You know, comedy. I can always go to comedy because I had to realize that I had to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? I had to realize in order to get better, I gotta get better by, like you said, Dan, with the reps, constantly, repeating it. Trying it out by myself, trying it out amongst friends, then taking it to a stage somewhere, and that's the way to get better. Fitness is the biggest thing I would say. I'm at a point now in my life where I'm disciplined in that area, and I'm grateful. But I want to stay consistent. But that was a tough go for me, man. Is getting to a consistent regimen of constantly working out. You know what I'm saying? And I salute Antoine for that, because he helped me out with that a lot. You feel me? And it was the constant repetition. It was the repetition that it all boiled down to. So I want to talk about this last point, and we're gonna move on. Just give me one person and one point from them, so we can keep this quick. Or how the greats deal with adversity. I'll start out by going with Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas is born in Chicago. He's raised in Detroit. He was homeless, and I listened to him. He has battled adversity. He was homeless, and he stays consistent. And he's now one of the best motivational speakers in the world. You know, through his consistency, through his tenacity. So I'm very inspired by that, and a lot of the principles that he lives on, I continue to try to implement in my life. Dan.
Oh, for me, I mean, just looking at it right now, I'm gonna have to go with Kobe. Really, I mean, just looking back at the stuff that he talked about. That's been like a constant, just like a constant person to look back to and give his thoughts and stuff about it. Uh, with that grade and stuff too, like you do need to find where it's like that might be like completely insane versus somebody else. Um, but yeah, I think I'm about to go Kobe, and I think I'm starting to fall apart.
It's on me.
Go ahead, Tom.
Well, I'm gonna say the greatest of all time with me would be Anita Baker, because one thing she will always tell you is she giving you the best that she got, not just any day, but one day. You know what I mean? And those words always hit me as a youngster. You know, I'll be laying in my bed singing those tunes, and she talked about a lot of relationship stuff and the vulnerability that she had when it come to her passion was was uncanny, and I feel like the vulnerability that I have to the things that I'm passionate about, it speaks volumes, when I'm focused and I'm doing things. And people may say he may be trying to be funny talking about uh, uh, Anita Baker, but I'm dead ass, man, like real talk. And she has always been with me, and I've always looked at her as a person that really done some great things. Right now we're gonna go to the comments, and
There's a great one inside the mask off kind of comments here, which is to me, but it's like
oh, no
this.
wonder, no wonder it's a great one. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but it's like from our guy Kit. What happens when you stay persistent, but it still doesn't seem to work out like you said? Like my question is, when is the time to throw in the towel? And this is by far the hardest question to try to figure out there because we talked about this once with Tone too, just about his friends trying to like make it and rap stuff like that. So so it's figuring out when it's time to throw the towel is the hardest thing. So I will say it. I don't know. For me and like the stuff that I'm constantly learning is that there's not like one goal that like I'm trying. So like my just like so like my stuff is just like learning skills and hopefully I can improve them. So like working on like design skills or something. So it's not something too quick, but that's not to say like I have quit this stuff before. So like that's a constant back and forth of all right, this is time to quit. But then like you go in like six more months or so, then like you just start to get that you start to get that feeling again, like oh shit, man, I want to do that. So then you're mad that like you quit 6 months ago. You're like, oh man, now I got to start from scratch. So it's just constantly doing it and like not worrying about it.
I agree with you with that. Like, working in the place I'm currently working in, it's a lot of people that like, and at the point where they about to get their retirement and at my age, and I'm like, damn, if I would have did this 20
Yeah,
years ago, I would have been at this spot. But I had to really come to terms with the fact that these people journeys are not my journey, and the things that they have and the goals that they have for themselves, I have a different path, and my path don't necessarily equate to what their path is. So, you know,
yeah. Yeah, that's a great point, Tone. Then like my last point, that too is like, all right, maybe you went out with a goal in mind to like succeed at something. Let's just say that is rap. Like like you wanted to become like the next Drake or whatever. Uh Now if that is your now if that is your passion, maybe you kind of reached the point where you want to throw in the towel on being like the next rap superstar. But like you can still do rap stuff to like really like fulfill that part of you too. So it's figuring out like at what lane or at what place should I do things. So yeah.
You can call me a hater or whatever you want to call me, but I think once you get in your late 30s or 40s,
you can't wrap it all.
Wrap it up, man. Like I know cats that be on the book talking about some go to my SoundCloud. Think it's a wrap. I'm not doing that shit. I don't wanna boost your ego and tell you like, yo, somebody gonna hit you up and you're gonna be on tour with them. Fuck out of here. No, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, but quick. Yeah.
Hey, but 2 Chainz changed his career around.
One example they break up all the time.
Hey, because he did it. He went from Titty Boy to 2 Chainz and blew up.
That's because he got with Wayne in that one song. You know what I mean? Duffel bag.
He dropped that True Religion album. That's where he popped.
With that mixtape, yeah.
All right, so let's get the rest of these comments. I got Tom in the comments. He says he can't let go of the fire alarm, and you need to let it go, Tom, because I'm letting it go. There's only one Big Tone incoming shameless plug. Big Tone is hitting the stage in December. Yes, I am. I'm hitting the stage in December after I get this segment.
Who's this, Tom?
This is Tom.
Okay.
Hi, Penny. Big Tone cracked me up when he used the knife hands for running, made him look like the Terminator 2 Liquid T-1000. Yes, that's how I felt too. Watch, no one get this reference. I got it. I saw it. Daniel, when I'm playing out checks, all I see are water bill, rent bill, phone bill, bills. Malachi, that's encouraging to hear about your discipline about auditioning. He says, I feel Big Tone about doing a monologue. First time I did a monologue, I did a Goodwill Hunting monologue where Ben Affleck was being interviewed by the CIA. I did that monologue for the great Lynch Travis at the Detroit Repertory Theater. I learned later you should not do a movie monologue for a theater show. I didn't know that. Speaking of persistence, he comments again about the fire alarm was persistently holding down the chirp for a solid hour. Let it go, Tom. The greatest inspiration for me would be someone that's never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to run around and desert you. Yeah.
All right.
Hype man Tom is plugging other people's stuff. And that's
all right, we got
Tom got hey Tom, I love you, man, but it's one nickname, bro.
Thank you. It's about time somebody stood up.
hey, because once I heard Hype Man Tom, I was like, all right, Tom, yeah.
You go to YouTube.
Right.
All right. Major here. The key to perfection is reference. That shit, focus.
Shout out to Major.
Knowledge and prayer. Need to follow my own words. Yeah, this is a good one.
That's a very good one. Very good one right there. Put that on my wall. Shout out to you, Angela. Very good deed. And yeah, we all. It's this stuff that I'm still learning myself. So we ain't nobody perfect. We all in the ground.
And then one more from Kits. So Tone, what about these?
They already out though. They already out. I'm talking about people who
still got the dream. Yeah.
Did not make it. That's local. That just keep trying. You gotta stop. Give that shit to your grandson. You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
But, all right, Tone. But then it's what do they do once they stop?
They fucking go to work.
Okay.
Hey man, don't let OG kill your dreams if you out there trying to rap and you 40. It's like
fix that leak in a furnace or something. You know what I mean?
Hey, but you heard the story of a old girl from Black Panther. She always wanted to act all her life. She first got her breakout role was in the Black Panther. She played like I forgot what she played, but yeah, she was on that boy. So man, don't stop chasing your dreams. That's what I think. You know, everybody got their own way, but I say if you want it and you can see it, it's the reason you can see it. So you just gotta see it through.
Fuck you, Malachi. You know, no, it's a done deal. You know these niggas be whack as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Or
Hey, now if you ain't doing nothing to sharpen up, yeah, give it up. You ain't putting no work in. You just putting out music. You're not trying to get better. That's different.
Malachi's still trying to be positive, but that's cool.
Always, man. That's my DNA.
It's
Shameless plug real quick.
It's about me being a realist. Like
we gonna wrap it up.
Oh, you gonna wrap me up now, nigga? She wrapped up your damn technical difficulties. Wrap that.
Shameless plug. Drowning out the noise. You know what I'm saying? I got a show. People talking about what they gonna do in December. Whoever that is. I got a show coming up this Thursday. My graduation comedy show this Thursday. Tap in with me if you need the flyer, man. Just pull up. It's gonna be packed out. I'm gonna do my thug sizzle, so y'all can check out what I've been talking about. I'm gonna talk about. So yeah, let's get it.
After the second shot, the man, the myth, the legend, be back in the building. You know what it is. Big Tone. He'll be making his debut. I will be at the show. Malachi will be at, and I'll be still in the fucking show. Number one. Number two.
You gonna be a heckler?
I'm still a show. I'm motherfucking gonna be a go, knock it over Dan shit. I'm gonna fuck Jacob on stage. I'm taking a mic. December is my month. I'm back after I take the second shot. I'll let you bored. Big Tone. I'm in this bitch.
Can we wrap?
Yep.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
We out, man. Episode 82, man. Shout out to everybody rocking with us, man. We 82 in. Let's keep it going. You feel me? Salute.
Come on, man. You need to rap the way Toe raps it.
I'm sorry, Dan. What do you want me to say?
Episode 82, Mask Off. This is us. You know what we do every week, every Friday, 9 p.m. Episode 82, Mask Off. This is the episode. Bounce back. We out this bitch. Let's go.
Last night took an L, but tonight I bounced back.
That's all.